And if you want, you can type in the answer. What is Silicon Valley? Not in India, but originally. What is the Silicon Valley? And where is it?
It's in the USA.
You can type your questions, okay? Yep, almost. And what is it?
This is the most massive hub of institutes of technology and tech, any other kind of tech industries.
Computer chips, okay.
Yes, related to mathematics, software engineering, medicine, and yeah.
All right, good. I'm sending you a picture. Is this familiar? Does anybody know what is this? Have you ever seen this thing?
No.
Why with a smiley face? You're joking or?
It's something enormous, but
It is. It is a huge thing indeed. Okay, let's try to do things a little bit easier for you. Okay, just in a second. I'll show you another picture. Okay, these two pictures are connected. Okay, so this is a map of the original Silicon Valley, which is actually, Alexandrina was partly right. It is, if you can see, it is south of San Francisco. It's not in San Francisco, but it's south of San Francisco. Okay, the building in the first picture actually is the headquarters of a very, very, very famous computer company. Can you guess which one?
maybe Google or Apple, I don't know.
What is the Silicon Valley famous for? You said technology. Okay, the building in the first picture, which is the biggest probably building in the Silicon Valley. Yeah, exactly. That's the Apple headquarters. That's right. This is the headquarters of the company Apple. Mhm. Okay. It's one of the biggest buildings in the Silicon Valley. Why Silicon Valley? What is there that is so interesting and that is so important for technology?
They are the biggest software companies in the world.
Yeah, why? Why there? Why build it there somewhere where it's somewhere nowhere, in the middle of nowhere, or it used to be? What is in there that is so important? This is south of San Francisco. This is kind of desert. This land is not very, let's say, agriculture. Why did they decide to build such servers? This came a little. What was the first thing that was there? It was available there and it was easy to find.
Because there are a big space for a lot of buildings.
Okay, the space is a good thing,
Yes.
but it's not the
It's not the main
not
reason.
it's not the primary reason.
Okay.
The primary reason can be. Okay, I'll try to help you a little bit. And I'll send you a little explanation why this thing is called, why this place is called the Silicon Valley, and why everything happened.
Moreover,
Servers came a lot later.
at first, the actual silicon aspects of Silicon Valley started with Shockley Semiconductor Laboratory in 1956, founded by William Shockley, co-inventor of the transition at Bell Labs.
This is how it started. But the reason I sent you a text, what is the primary reason of going there? And it is an ingredient that is needed even as early as the 1970s. It's an ingredient that is needed in chips, in the production of computer chips, and that is sand. In Bulgarian, you have silici, and in the valley south of San Francisco, there is plenty of sand that can be used for this end. So that's why in the 1970s they set up this business there, and then it just grew huge. Okay, now back to the video I asked you to watch. So what place is called the Silicon Valley of India? Bangladesh is a different state. Това е друга държава, Bangladesh. It sounds a bit like this, but Bangalore, yes, or the Indian version being Bangalore.
Yes, at first there were a lot of call centers. There they have its own tech park.
hmm We're
And
going to discuss this point by point. Okay. First, I wanted to ask you something. Uh, did you know anything about India and high tech? Is this video a surprise to you?
no, I know that they work a lot with software and with Java as a language.
Okay. You knew this.
Yeah, I was discussing
And
it last night with one of my friends.
mhm. Just wait, Stanisław is typing something. Let's just see what he's typing. What is a hacker? Lubomir, what is a hacker? I wonder.
It
Yeah,
sounds
about
interesting.
Lubomir, what do you mean by saying hacker? Do you mean hacker? Oops, huh? You mean hacker, I guess? Okay, you need a C in together with the K, you need a C as well. Okay, now back to India's Silicon Valley. Okay, so up until a few, let's say, 10 years ago, India was very well known for being what? Christina, you mentioned it in the beginning. What industry, what international business was located in India? Call centers, that's right, call centers. What is the name for this business? When you do call centers, it is what? What do you do?
Outsourcing,
It's
outsourcing.
outsourcing, that's right. So India was famous for its outsourcing. Why do you think? Why outsourcing is so popular or was so popular in India or with India? It is still popular, by the way.
Because they are a lot of people, and they were working almost with Indians. Yes,
Okay, why put your outsourcing business in India? Why would a company use outsourcing, locate their outsourcing in India? What are the reasons for this? Cheaper, good. A lot of workforce, that's right. And it's cheaper. Labor is cheaper, and there are many, many, many people. And one more thing. Can you think of one more reason besides the cheap labor and the number of people there are? What makes it so easy? Many English and American companies outsource there.
because they know English.
Exactly. They know English. Yes, internet is another thing. In this video I sent you, they do not discuss the internet connections, but there is a longer video. If you want, I can send you I can send you links to it. It's a very long documentary uh, made by the BBC about the Indian high tech development. And there they have a whole section dedicated to internet in India. But it's not in this video. But if you want, but yes, you're right. To have outsourcing, you need cheap, a lot of workforce, a lot of people. They need to be cheaper. You have to have a good internet connection. And as you, Christina, mentioned, originally know English. Some 95% of the population have English as their second mother tongue. And they have this very funny Indian pronunciation.
Yeah, yeah.
But they speak English fluently.
Yes, because they were an English colony.
Exactly, they used to be an English colony, so their English is very, very, very good. You probably noticed in the video that everybody, and including the journalist, the presenter, spoke fluent English.
Yes, and kids maybe they're at seventh grade or I don't know.
Everybody speaks English there. That's the point. Okay. Now, what do they say? What did they say in the video about mathematics and telecoms? At one point, they mentioned mathematics and they mentioned telecoms. Okay, I didn't know this.
Yeah, because I know
Great.
also
Okay,
that,
so what did they say about mathematics? Did you
and
notice?
also about medicine. Yes, over the last 25 years,
Mm-hmm.
it was becoming a big part of their lives.
Well, what they said was actually that India has got very great traditions in mathematics. And it's not just in the past century, but it's been like this for centuries. Mathematics is a major subject, and all Indian schools are very good. This is what they said in the video in mathematics and sciences. Okay, and they mentioned something. I'm typing it. What is this? IITs. They mentioned this, and the presenter went to a place which you might have taken as a school, but it wasn't a school. What was it?
This is the Indian Institute of Technology, and there are
Exactly.
23 institutes.
Exactly. What are these? Indian Institutes of Technology. What is this?
It's called an institution of national importance.
Indian Institute of Technology, but what is in its essence? Is it a school? What is it?
It's an universe. It's a research uni.
They're technical universities.
Yeah,
Actually, it's their technical university, and they've got 23 of them. Okay, and what is going on there?
and there started to appear a lot of undergraduate programs. Undergraduate programs related to software science.
Engineering, yes, to software engineering and to uh, computer technology in general. Okay, they mentioned in the video. I'm going to type it now. Can you? Did you pay attention to this thing? Because this is the. They said that this was the moment things happened for India. It's Y2K. What is this?
2000-та?
The year 2000. What happened then? In terms of technology, right? We're not talking about anything else. Hmm? The millennium bug, yes. The two, 2000 or 2K problem, yes. So what about India and this?
Will lead to dangerous problems on the world's infrastructure.
That's when a lot of our Indian companies that were young and nascent showed the world they had the ability to fix problems and do it in a way that you can actually afford to. And over the last 25 years, this has kind of become a massive hub for the global companies to build software that essentially runs the world.
Indian tech workers are a worldwide phenomenon. With 850,000 entering the global workforce,
India and the millennium bug. What is the connection?
23 Indian institutes of technology. They're among the most competitive engineering schools in the world.
The IITs were set up in
One of the big for this
The Indians actually found a way of overcoming this problem. That's right. That's absolutely right. And this was the moment when Indian high-tech industry just got a huge boost and it just started developing very, very, very rapidly. Okay. In the video, they mention something I'm going to write down. First of all, what is this? I've typed a word. What is this? A startup. What is a startup?
It's a new idea of becoming a new company, for example.
Okay. A new one, says Alexandrina. Good. It's you have a startup company as well. They discuss these things a lot these days. And
Yeah.
it's a company that is established to do what? Okay, so a startup company is a company that has been set up, established in order to promote one new idea or one new product.
Yes, for
And
example.
then these startup companies, they can develop into regular companies if they continue producing new ideas or new products. Now, in the video, they mentioned something that is called incubators. What were these? What are startup incubators? The presenter said that it's a great thing to brainstorm and come up with a great idea, but you need also to know how to sell it. So, and he said we're going to a startup incubator. What happens there?
Good afternoon to you both.
In an Indian startup incubator.
Called Osho Water.
fix my gadgets.
Donate a bag, change pay.
The basically a customer convenience through.
Sorry, I don't have money. Do you accept change pay?
It kind of
Very corporate.
massive hub.
You just put it in front.
Well, when they said we go to startup incubator, they went to a place where some people presented their ideas.
Yeah,
Why do they present them there? What are they hoping to get?
The audience.
Uh, well, there was only one person besides the presenter as an audience. What does an idea need to be sold? How are you going to realize an idea? You need money, you need funding. These startup incubators, they ask people, usually young people, to present their ideas. And yes, they're trying to find new products and they can fund them. If they're convinced that this is a good product, they can fund them. They give money for the idea to be realized. This is what these startup incubators do. And by the way, there are quite many of those in India. And actually, I don't know if you listened carefully for this, but in the video they say that in India there are over 5,000 registered, confirmed startups. 5,000. I'm going to type this. Confirmed startups, which means that these are companies that have started already doing their business. And these incubators help young people with great ideas to realize them. Actually, they finance, they give money to such great ideas. Okay. Now I'm going to ask you, what is this thing? Shadi.com. The presenter goes to a golf field and plays golf with some very, very, very important businessman who talks about his company that is called Shadi.com. What is this company? Okay, this is not the right word. The right word is what?
Matchmaking.
Matchmaking. Okay. What is matchmaking? Generally.
To meet new people.
For what purpose? Is it like dating service? What is the difference? Matchmaking service and dating service.
No, it's for. It's related to histories. I'm not so sure, but
Okay. Anybody else can contribute, not just you. There are many around the world, there are many dating sites. But in India, there is an app actually, shadi.com, that is a matchmaking app. What is the difference? People register there and they try to meet people for what purpose?
to search their perfect life partner.
Mm-hmm. They're looking for actually a matchmaking service or matchmaking app tries to find a partner in marriage. This is about getting married, while dating services are just about meeting somebody, special or not, is just meeting somebody, just to having a relationship with somebody, while matchmaking is much more serious affair because its final goal is to find a husband or a wife. And matchmaking has great traditions in India, and it is a very important thing. Why do you think matchmaking is important in India?
because there are a lot of difference between us and them. I don't know why.
India has got huge population.
And also maybe because of their traditions.
Yes, it is traditional for them. Arranged marriage. Are you familiar with this term? Arranged marriage. Uredен брак.
Yes.
The people who are getting married are not asked whether they like or love their future husband or wife, but actually there are matchmakers, there are professional matchmakers, or relatives agree upon a marriage and say, okay, this is going to be a good marriage, and they shake hands, and sometimes they even make a deal. Sometimes money can be involved in this, and then they decide that the young people are going to get married. Their consent is very rarely asked for. They don't ask them if they want to marry this person or not. Okay, arranged marriage is something that is very common in an ethnic group in Bulgaria as well.
Yes.
Which one?
The gypsy.
Yeah, the Roma people. Okay, look what Victoria wrote. This is a very interesting remark that somebody from India would prefer living in America because he won't be forced to start a serious relationship and get married. He will feel freer. Yeah, that's a good point. It is a point with many other nationalities as well. Okay, so
Oh,
mhm.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay.
He actually said that that was one of the many reasons he started at American colleague, like in American school, because
Okay.
he
Because he doesn't
wasn't
want to be in an
forced.
arranged
Yeah,
marriage.
yeah,
And he's going to be in an arranged marriage, as most Indian young people are. Great,
probably.
that's a great perspective.
Yes.
This is this is right from the horse's mouth. Do you know this expression?
Something like a rough example, or I don't know.
From the horse's mouth actually means from the source, from the original source. And that was a great detail about this person. Okay, so this app, Shadi.com, appeared to be quite a successful venture, and it actually won millions and billions to its owner. And the very same businessman, also funded another startup. What is it about? It is called Ola. Did you notice this? This Ola. company?
Fast food restaurants.
Not in India. Cars, that's right. What about cars?
Book caps.
What cars? Yeah, this is like what? What European company? Or not just European?
Taxi.
It's like a taxi, but not exactly. It's Ola is more like Uber.
Oh.
It's more like Uber, but it is a huge company and it earns millions and millions of dollars. And this is the other, this is a startup that this businessman had supported. Okay, what about Indian? Yeah, it was financed by the millionaire in 2011. That's right. And it is still in operation. Okay, what about medicine? What did they say about medicine and technology? Uh-huh. Virtual reality operations.
The medicine there is evolving.
I
It's
couldn't hear you. It
the
was
medicine there is evolving, and it's becoming a big part of their lives.
mm-hmm.
Moreover, a lot of students there study medicine.
That's right. That's right. A lot of students study medicine there.
Also in Bulgaria. There
Also
are,
in Bulgaria, yes, that's right.
yeah.
There are many people from different nations that study medicine in Bulgaria.
Yes, but a lot of Indians and Arab uh, from the Arabian culture. I'm not so sure how it's called.
Even from home. Yes, this is, by the way, talking about telemedicine and operating, a doctor being able to operate from their home. What um, innovation is being advertised as capable of um, enabling telemedicine?
The doctors can give advices to their patients from home and to know their состояние какие, какого здравно.
Status, their
Yes,
health status.
yes.
what is this thing is going to make telemedicine possible? Is telemedicine possible right now? By telemedicine, they mean that the doctor is in one country and the patient is in another country, and the doctor can perform an operation from a distance. What can enable this? What technology? A technology that many people are afraid of. Can this happen right now?
No.
Not really, not yet.
Yes,
What
we're not
what
ready.
do we need for this?
A source of big data, maybe.
A what?
A source of data about this
How about this thing?
big data.
Yeah, you need transfer of big data. That's correct. But 5G is the kind of network that is supposed to enable telemedicine, right? This is how it is advertised, that when we have 5G network, then it is going to be possible to transfer huge amount of data in very short time, and this will enable operations from a distance. In the video, yeah, because of the fast connection, because of the fast transfer of big amounts of data. Yes, that's right. Alexandrina, what do you mean by this? What do you mean about cancerous one? You're supporter of the idea that 5G causes cancer? Uh-huh. Okay, we will discuss. Okay, we'll discuss this in another session. I believe we can do this. Okay, so far back to the Indian virtual reality medical software. So, what did they show in this clip? What was going on there? What could he see? Just a second, then I'll show you what I mean. Okay. Okay, here we go. There is a screenshot from the exact part of the video. So what do they say here? What can they do through this virtual reality tool? You can do the complete advanced cardiac life support protocol. This means that in emergency medicine, you can actually save life through this virtual reality tool. This is something very great. Okay, now, what do they say about environment? Mhm. They turn normal cars to electric cars, yes. Pollution, air pollution is a terrible problem, yes. And what is the greatest benefit of this um, thing that this entrepreneur has devised? He makes hybrid cars at what cost? $1,000, which is a very, very low cost. Well, Tesla cars are very, very well known for their high price. They're very expensive. While this company in India can turn any car into a hybrid for about $1,000, which is really, really cheap. This is the point in all Indian technology. It is cheap. They offer cheap solutions, and this is why they're advancing so much. Now, finally, at the end of the video, there was an interview with a number of young entrepreneurs. You know the word, by the way. Familiar with this word? I'll just type it for you. Try to find the. Okay. I wonder if you're familiar with this word. So they mention it. Entrepreneur, different pronunciations. What is this? You can give me the Bulgarian equivalent.
Предприемач. Предприемачи, да.
Предприемач, yes. Предприемач. No, it's not предприемачество. Предприемачество is entrepreneurship. Entrepreneur is just предприемач. Okay, so at the end of the video, there was an interview with some very young Indian entrepreneurs, and they had come back, all of them had come back from the United States. What reasons did they give for coming back? One of them left a job at Google. Why did they do this?
They want to innovate India.
Yeah, that's one reason. But they have some very, very practical reason to do this as well. What did they say? What did one of them say? They cover two very practical issues, not so romantic and not so patriotic as to change India. Okay, I'll give you two words as a hint. This is one thing they mentioned, and another thing they mentioned is what did they have to say about these two things? Anybody? Exactly. There have been some anti-immigrant feelings in the United States, and they didn't feel quite safe. And what about the population of India? How it is a reason for coming back? Okay, I won't torture you. What they say, what one of the entrepreneurs said actually was that with a population of over billion people, India is a huge market. It offers huge opportunities, both for finding qualified and good labor and both for selling. This is a huge market and it's a developing market, and they can achieve a lot more in a developing market than in a already developed market. Okay, who is back in black, by the way? It's the only person who doesn't have their own name. The moment I asked, this person disappeared. Okay. Okay, Theodore. Good. I don't know, probably that I asked people to keep their real names here because this is how I make screenshots and then they are checked by your faculty. Okay. Скриншотовете ги проверявам и нашите, и вашия факултет. И така доказваме кой къде е. Затова тук трябва да сте си с истинските имена. Okay, people. You did great job, by the way. And now I'm going to assign you a little homework. And it is, I'm typing it. No, it's not prepositions. Oh, homeworks, you can send them to me as a personal message. Homework, send it to me as a personal message. I'm going to check it and it's going to count, okay?
Okay.
This is your new homework. So there are many Indian born and Indian in origin CEOs in big IT companies. So find one of these people and write about them in about 80 words.
And then we have to
Then
take.
you can send it to me as a personal message
Okay.
whenever you feel, just by next Tuesday, okay? So Monday is a day off, you know this? Знаете, че петък и понеделник са на учебни дни, нали? Ако имате някакви занятия тогава, да знаете, че нямате. Okay, people. So it's even better to personal message me here with your homeworks. But if you prefer, you can always send me an email. So I wish you a great week and a nice mini holiday, and I'll see you next week, okay? And also, I wish you a great day.
Thank you.